night. Honey, can you see if my glasses are in the bathroom?
Your what?
My glasses. Hey, loves. So I can barely see because I don't have my spectacles. So y'all bear with me. Hey, yes, I'm live. I'm home. We have dinner tonight. We have steak, some shrimp, some mashed potatoes, some broccoli and cheese. So yeah, y'all. It's been crazy. It's been really, really crazy. Oh, thanks, Rich. Is it Rick? Ricky? Thanks. So sorry if I keep getting up. I can't really see everybody's writing. If I can't find my glasses, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn my tablet on to see what y'all are saying. But yeah, she's back. We didn't get to do a Sunday night dinner mukbang, so I'm coming to you guys tonight. Just so y'all can, see what she's been going on, to give y'all an update about what's been going on with my family. Y'all give me 1 second. Were they in the bathroom? All right, y'all. I got my glasses. I'm back. So, let me say grace, and then we're going to eat and talk. Amen. So, basically, y'all know my aunt's been in the hospital. So, I went home Saturday, and I updated y'all Saturday about what was going on. And as y'all can tell, I was a little nervous. She seemed to have been doing fine, but I thought that she was going to be okay, but when I left the hospital around 9:30, I got real nervous and shaky and kind of panicky. So I went back to my sister's house. And I didn't really sleep all night, y'all. I got a call at about 5 o'clock that morning. And my cousin told me that we needed to all come back out to the hospital. Basically, around 3:30. 3:30, 4 o'clock that morning, my aunt coded. She was clinically dead for about 5 hours. And I was so scared. Y'all, I was praying all the way to the hospital. I was running red lights. I ran past police. They didn't even stop me. Like, I guess they must have knew that it was something crazy going on. But, it was so crazy. We got to the hospital. They had revived her. They had to put her back on oxygen. I'm going to be on here for about an hour and a half. Basically, they brought her back. She was clinically dead for 5 minutes. And it was just really bad. It was really bad. It was really scary. It was too much to deal with. So, by the time I made it to my sister's house, the kids were asleep. So, that's why y'all didn't get to see Cameron and Chloe. But I really Saturday and Sunday was just so up and down. So, we stayed at the hospital all day Sunday. And around about 12 o'clock that afternoon, she started to come back around, and she was opening her eyes and everything. They say that she was dehydrated because they had her on Lasix and they weren't giving her enough fluids, and that basically caused her to go into cardiac arrest. So I came home yesterday. The only reason I came home yesterday is because she was doing fine yesterday. When I was just here yesterday morning, she was talking more. She had all her functions. She was talking about people, rolling her eyes. She was very alert. She was back to herself. And it was just so crazy because I keep thinking, like, less than 24 hours ago, like, you were basically clinically dead. And now you talking to us and teasing us and telling us we need to have kids. But it was just so scary. And the reason it really freaked me out, y'all, we've had 3 people in my family to die on January the 21st. I'm not lying. My mama died on January the 21st. I had a great aunt to die on January the 21st, and I had a cousin to die on January the 21st. So I was really shook, like big time. But everything's okay now. I think everything's okay. They were actually getting ready, like in a couple of days, to be moving her to rehab, but that's not happening anytime soon. So I'm gonna go back down this week. I had to come home to take care of some stuff. And, you know, I'm not that far away, so I can get down back in the quick. But that's what's been going on, y'all. So, let's eat. She was doing fine. I called today. And it's fine. Thank you. Things are going to get better. It's just been up and down for her. You know, and sometimes that's the way it is when somebody is really sick. You have those kind of scary moments. But I think she's like past the worst part of it now. I pray to God that she is. Because that was so scary, y'all. That was so scary. Like, it just seemed like every time something crazy happened, I'm always in my pajamas with a bonnet on. Every time I end up going to the hospital. It was just crazy. So, hello, how you doing, honey? So, another reason I had to come home, y'all, I actually have a job that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Well, I've already started today. I'm going to be providing a cake for the garrison here on Fort Rucker. Not Raleigh, Fort Rucker. They have a program called the Bros Program, and they're having a ceremony tomorrow, so I'm actually going to be doing their cake for their ceremony. Thanks. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So, that's pretty much, I've been on the run. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Since the beginning of the year, since January the 1st, things have been so crazy. Going into the holidays, too. Things have been really crazy. But I'm not complaining because this year, even though it's just January, it's been really good to me. So I'm trying not to focus on the negative. I know it's Tuesday night and a lot of people are not on because y'all don't expect me to be on Tuesday night because usually I'm not. But I'm going to get back with the flow. After I finish my cake tomorrow and do that, I'm going to actually record a video Thursday to go up on Saturday. And then I'm going to record another one on Friday. So, sorry y'all, that was my sister. Thank you. It's surf and turf night. Y'all, I love seafood. But I love shrimp. And I love steak. But I don't eat like this all the time. But I haven't been at home to cook in a couple of days, so I had to do something good. So my dining room is a mess. Y'all, I finally got my edible printer where I can print images for cakes. I got it in the mail on Friday. I was going to do a review to put up. I did the review, but I haven't been able to edit and put it up. So, I'm really excited. It's been a long week. It's just been a long, this has been a long month. Like, I just keep praying like this year is going to be a good year. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Because stuff is going to happen. Life is going to happen. And, it's all about how you handle it when it's happening. And sometimes I'm not really good at handling stuff. But this time, I think I'm dealing with everything a little bit better. I think. So, it's been just, I don't know. Buy stuff. Oh, that was good. Yeah, you definitely have to stay prayed up. That's very important. Because something is always bound to happen. You just never know what's waiting for you around the corner. You just don't, you honestly just never know what's waiting for you around the corner. So, you said it's been a rough month for us. Yeah. You know, I've had some good stuff that happened this month. I've had some really crazy stuff. But I'm trying to stay focused on the positive. Usually sometimes the negative stuff can really drag you down, man. It can really drag you down. But I'm trying to get to a point where I don't focus on the negative stuff. I acknowledge it and I move on from it. Especially if it's something that I can't change. I'm sorry I'm making you hungry. Excuse me, but oh my God, did you say your leg? And your daughter messed up her leg? Yeah, y'all tough. That's rough. When you got 2 people in the house injured. You about to cook some fish? Just both of y'all messed up y'all. Oh my God, are y'all doing okay? Do y'all have somebody to help y'all? Honey, when you got a hurt leg or a hip, trust me, I know. It'll make you cry. Especially when you can't get around like you need to. Okay, your son. Yeah, I'm glad you got some help. Because, honey, when my hip was hurting me, I couldn't even see straight. My hip was hurting me so bad this year, y'all. Y'all probably remember that. I went to the doctor to get it checked. My hip was hurting. What am I eating? I'm eating this T-bone steak, garlic and herb shrimp, broccoli and cheese, and mashed potatoes. My hip was hurting so bad after they did the scan, the X-ray. You said, yes, it is tasty. My husband had to come and pick me up from the doctor's office because I couldn't drive home. I was shaking. Like, after they stretched it out and got a good x-ray of it, and then just having to walk around the medical clinic, like, he had to come pick me up. I couldn't drive home. I was hot. Can you say hot? Honey, I was hot, okay? Let me see. Mom, much love from Jacksonville, Florida. Throw down. Yes, you know it, honey. You in Jacksonville? I've been craving a good steak. Girl, ain't nothing like a good steak. Honey, Jacksonville, Florida is beautiful. I love going down to Florida. Y'all, we ain't that far. We like an hour. If you drive real crazy, 45 to 50 minutes. I love Florida. I love just being on the coast. I love being close to the coast because y'all know I grew up on the coast, honey. And it's about they cooking. What's wrong with the cooking in Florida? I thought they had good food in Jacksonville. It's just me. You know what? Every Southerner has a different way of cooking food. It can vary from city to city, state to state. They eat off the wall stuff. Hey, honey, how you doing? I mean, every city, you know, every city or town got they food. I call it food swag. You doing pretty good? All right, girl. I think every city or town has a dish that everybody like, or every state has like. Oh, I think you know, Florida is a different state all in itself because some people don't really consider Florida the South. It's just Florida, but it's the South. Let me pick. Yeah. They got a lot of men. But I'm married, so I don't even look. But yeah, it's a lot of people are really body conscious in Florida, so everybody's trying to work out and hit the gym. I ain't about that life, y'all. I have, and I'm not gonna lie. Last week I went to the gym twice. This week, and I went walking. This week I'm gonna go 3 times. 3 times and walk. I'm trying to build myself up going 5 days a week because, honey, I'm gonna be beach ready. Okay, I'm not gonna be skinny. Like, I'm not trying to get down to a size 5. I just want to fit comfortable in my swimsuits, and then I'm trying to get some weight off because I want to have a breast reduction. So, but I know eating this ain't gonna help. But tonight was that kind of night. But yeah, I'm ready to try to drop at least 30 pounds so I can get the breast reduction. So, and I've been eating like waking up early. I've been going to sleep early and waking up early to get a jump on my day. And that's really been helping me. One thing I got to do tomorrow is I've got to get back on, because I've been trying to respond, but it seems like every time I get to y'all questions or to respond on the videos, I get interrupted. And I usually like to sit down and take about 20 to 30 minutes to answer, all y'all replies on the video, but it's just been real tough. So I'm all over the place, y'all. I'm tired right now. I have baked 40 cupcakes. I have 2 half a sheet cakes to bake tonight. I'm gonna mix my icing up tonight. You having salad with garlic bread? That sounds good, honey. Yeah, I usually do that. Now that is a good way to lose weight. Now, when I did that before, I was like 230. I haven't gained any of that weight back. I got down to about like 170. But I haven't gone back up to 230. I'm like 197, but I want to get back down to like 160. I would prefer to get down to 150, but I believe that weight loss over a period of time, like if you lose weight too fast, you gain it back. You put too much dressing though. I love salad dressing. I can't stand a dry salad. I'm gonna tell you, when I do the ACV, the easiest thing to do is to get those 8-ounce water bottles and just pour a little of the water out and put your apple cider vinegar in there and squeeze the lemon in there and just make them the night before. That's what I would do. I would make them the night before and put them in the refrigerator. I found that when I did that, I was more likely to get it instead of having to do it before each meal. That was a lot easier for me. One thing I'm going to do in February is I'm going to do a cleanse just to reset my body for about a week. Oh, thanks. I didn't know that was a good tip, but that's how I get my ACV down. And I always do, I usually do it in the beginning of the year, but it just didn't happen this year, y'all. But I'm going to do a cleanse, and I do a natural cleanse. I don't go buy anything. I just drink a lot of water. I eat a lot of vegetables. I don't eat any meat. No starches, no carbs, just vegetables, fruits, and water, and green tea. And that will definitely clean you out. I don't do meal prep, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Some people can do meal prep, and it's easy for them. That's the only way they can stay consistent. But, I don't first of all, I don't own a microwave. So meal prep is out of the question for me. 2, you lose the nutrients in your vegetables if you cook them and put them in the refrigerator for a couple of days. You lose the nutrients. Now you can cook your meals the night before, but what I do when I know that I'm trying to watch what I'm eating, what I'll do is I'll just season my meat and I'll chop my vegetables up and I'll store them, and then I'll store them separate in separate containers. And then what I'll do is I'll take my meat I'll season my meats on a Sunday night. I'll season them, put them in Ziploc bags, and put them in the freezer. Okay, I couldn't get your whole thing. I'm waiting when you come back around. But yeah, I just season everything. I chop all my vegetables up. I put them in a container, or I have them in serving size. So all I do is I take my chicken, whatever, I cook it. Whether it's my chicken or my fish, I cook it. Once that get done, I clean my skillet out, and then I toss my vegetables. Yeah, it does help when that's a good way to cleanse. I don't own a microwave. I used to have a microwave in Kansas, But when I moved here, I decided to not get a microwave. I really don't like microwaving food because I feel like it make the food mushy. And I don't like mushy food. And that's one of the reasons I don't have a microwave. It's not that I can't afford one. It's just that I don't use it. I didn't hardly use it when I had it. And then when I did use it, it was for keto. I mean, it's kind of like keto, but I don't really, like, I don't subscribe to dieting, y'all, because here's why. I feel like when you say I'm going on a diet or a food prep, you set yourself up for failure because you start restricting yourself. Restricting yourself to a certain point is good, but the thing I tell people is you need to back down when you start trying to lose weight and you want to change your diet. Because what some people do, and it's not good, they cut off all sweets, all sodas, all fried food. They cut it off cold turkey. And what happens is that the chemicals in your brain, believe it or not, your brain is triggered by food. The same chemicals that are triggered, same endorphins that are triggered in drug addicts. When people are addicted to food or they like to eat a lot, are triggered when they stop eating those foods. So that's why some people crash. Eating in moderation is a very good way to go. So say if you eat candy, you eat chips, you drink soda all the time, you have to be careful because if you cut it off cold turkey, your body's gonna crave it. Your body's gonna crave that sugar. And you're gonna be nuts. That's why people get angry when they are dieting because their body is craving it. It's like you're an addict. Your brain wants the sugar. So I always tell people when you want to change, make a healthy lifestyle change, cut back. Start gradually. Like if you drink 4 sodas a day, cut back to 1 soda a day. Try that if you drink 4 sodas a day, what you want to do is go down to 3 sodas for about 4 or 5 days. And then go down to 2 sodas. That way your body is still getting it and it's killing the craving. And then you go down to 1 soda. By the time you get down to 1 soda, you won't even be thinking about that. So that's because you gradually eased yourself off of the sugar and the carbohydrates from the soda. Because people are addicted to the carbohydrate, like the fuzziness of the soda. So you have to wean yourself off with sugar. Some people feel tired and sluggish when they don't eat chips and candy if they eat that stuff all day. That's because they went cold turkey. So now you just eat meats, vegetables, and your body is you're going into shock. You're going into shock because your body is not getting all that sugar. And your body is used to getting all these calories, even though it's bad and yucky calories. Your body is so used to it that it starts to crave it. It starts to want it more. So you might go off for about 2 or 3 weeks and then you eat healthy and then you binge. Yeah, and you gain more weight. So that's why you need to wean yourself off. If you're going to a nutritionist, and that's a part, like I don't get into nutrition that much because I'm not a nutritionist, but that's a part of being a chef. You need to know what foods work with what, or it's a lot that goes into it. I don't really get into it, but I will say this: if you want to change your diet, you need to do it gradually. It realistically should take you about 3 weeks to a month to change your diet, because your body can adjust. You can't do anything cold turkey unless you have real willpower, or you're just tired, or the doctor's like it's gonna kill you if you keep eating this way. And even then, just going cold turkey, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of weight. But then when you stop eating that way, I've never been a big soda drinker, but I'm pregnant and I crave the bubbles. Some people like that. It's the what is it called? Carbonation that people crave. So what you could do is you could do like if you're wanting the carbonation, you can get like those waters that have carbonation in them. That helps too, because sometimes like when I'm not drinking a lot of soda, I just be craving that fuzz. So I'll get those, but I mean sometimes they disgusting, you know. But that just soothes the need for the carbonation. Yeah, it's a craving. And a lot of people, that's another thing that people are hooked on when they're drinking sodas. It might not necessarily be the soda, it's the carbonation and the caffeine and the sugar. The sugar, 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 sugar. If you guys have ever traveled out, that went beach balls. Yeah, iron will make you crave that too. I tell people, because when Mother Earth shows up, I crave red meat. I crave sugar. I eat more sugar than usual. Around that time. And to some points, I get disgusted with myself because of the stuff I'm eating. Like, y'all, I make cakes, right? Like, I can make any cake in the world, but for some reason, I have to have that nasty, crazy ass. Yeah, it make you crave ice too. Some people crave clay and red dirt, um, and soap bubbles like soap when they iron get low. Uh huh. Okay, so yeah, that's really serious. If you have to have a blood transfusion because your iron is low, people don't realize like a lot of problems in your body can be caused by low iron, like your mental clarity, your weight. It can affect your weight, how you losing weight. It can your thyroids could be off. I always tell people when they say they're not feeling good, go get your iron checked because you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You know. But yeah, just be careful with that. Like a lot of people think y'all see my Sunday dinners. Like that's what I eat on a Sunday. And then I think I did a video on what I ate today. On a regular day, I don't really eat heavy. I have about 2 days out of the week. Oh my God, your iron gets really low. Yeah, it's important that you eat right too. I tell a lot of people too, if you really want to make sure your body is getting all the vitamins, like eating a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, just think, don't cook them too much. Okay. I always try to have a carb and a protein. I over protein tonight. But I always try to balance it out. And most of the time, to be honest with y'all, I usually have 2 vegetables, a carb, and a protein at dinner. And some nights I just have veggies and protein. Or some nights I'll just have carbs and veggies. But I always have vegetables. I don't have, you will never ever see me eat a meal without vegetables. I almost feel like it's naked. um, but it's a lot that goes into it. Liquid, when my iron got really low, every time I try to take them damn iron pills, y'all, I get constipated, and I can't function when I'm constipated. I love vegetables, y'all. I thought I was gonna be able to have a vegetable garden here, but my backyard sits up like this, so I'm gonna try to find some planter boxes so that I can start growing some veggies and stuff for myself because I love vegetables. Um, but what was I saying? If you having problems with your iron, try liquid iron. Like the liquid vitamins will help you. You don't absorb iron at all. Okay. The liquid vitamins, pills. Okay. So try like the liquid vitamins. They tend to be a lot more potent. They go into your bloodstream a lot better. Your body breaks them down a lot better than like the pills. Um, but I also, like, a lot of doctors don't tell people, eat a lot of leafy green veggies. I have a green veggie every day, at least 2 times a day. Um, because it has a lot of things you need. And like tonight, when I went to the store tonight, y'all, because I had to get today because I had to get some stuff for the cakes that I'm doing. But y'all, when I went in the damn commissary, I am not playing. It was not a fudgy vegetable. Yeah, red wine will help with your iron. What was I saying? It was no vegetables, y'all, in the commissary. So y'all know the government shut down, right? So everybody was freaking out on Sunday because the commissary is closed on Monday. So everybody thought that the fresh and beets, eating beef liver helps me. Beef liver, calf liver will help you a lot. And chicken liver. Chicken liver is high in iron too. Everybody, I guess the commissary didn't order a truck or they put the trucks on hold because there was no veggies in our commissary today, okay? When I went in there, I couldn't find broccoli, I couldn't find asparagus, I couldn't find nothing. Nothing. Okay? And like I said, it's closed on Monday and the government was shut down Monday, so even though the commissary is closed on Monday, y'all know I can do chicken livers, but I cannot do calf liver. I don't know why. Or beef liver. Even when it's smothered in onions and gravy, I can't do it. But there wasn't no vegetables, so I had to get frozen veggies tonight. And they were actually pretty good. I just can't. You know what it is? They made us eat it too much when we was little. We was always eating calf liver, beef liver when we was little all the time, smothered in onions and gravy. Now the gravy and the rice, I would chew it up, but that damn liver, I just couldn't do it. Now my grandmama would fry. I'm not choking now. Now chicken livers, when they would fry and smothered chicken livers and gizzards, baby, I could eat that all day. That is some country cooking right there. And I would eat that all day. Like, I'm the type of person, if I go, like, certain stores, because you can't eat everybody, but, like, if I go, like, to a store, like, they had Dillon's in Kansas, and they have Kroger's, their food section. They fried chicken gizzards be poppin'. Hunty. That's me, too. I can eat that all day. Like, I'll get me a bag, honey. You know, I was living in Kansas, so they had just regular drinks. But since I'm back in the South and we got corner stores, honey, I'll go get me a bag of chicken gizzards. Okay, fried gizzards. Some liver and fry them. Ooh, girl, it's time to keep me doing that liver. I might need your recipe because I want to try it again. You know, some things I just don't eat because they made us eat so much of them when we was little. But maybe I need to give it another try. But honey, y'all know she got some ghetto tendencies. So I'll get me some chicken gizzards, honey. And then I'll make my way to the corner store and get me a Faygo. And if you are from Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, and Georgia, certain parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, then you know what a damn Faygo is, honey. I get me a red pop, okay, or a grape Paco. And I eat my chicken gizzards and I sit in my car and contemplate my life. My fingers be greasy, my lipstick been rubbed off, but I don't care. That's when I'm in a bad mood. I go looking for that. It helps me out. That's so good. So, the other day I was talking to my sister on the phone. And I was telling her I wanted... Do y'all eat like... I'm not the only person, but like... Oh, they sell Faygos up north. Where at, honey? Let me... For less than $15. Yes, honey. I live in Ohio, so they got Fagos in Ohio. Girl, they moving on up. Fago is a good drink, honey, and that peach, I love that peach, honey. My sister live in Virginia, and every time I go to Virginia, well, since I've been here, I like it. I like grape soda, honey. But listen, 3 for $1, honey. Yes, honey. The Fago is the drink, honey. It's the joint, honey. You know, I'm that girl who be at the family picnic, and people come in with they bougie ass Coca-Cola and Sprite and Pepsi, and I be like, y'all too good for Fago now? I'm that girl, honey. That root beer is good, honey. Ain't that root beer good? Oh my goodness. You need to make a root beer float with that root beer, honey. That is some good stuff. I'm supposed to be encouraging y'all to be healthy. But see, that's my problem. I love food. But that make a good root beer float, honey. That vanilla. Okay. Ain't nothing like a Fago. But listen, y'all, I have these moments. Okay. Make your money, honey. I'm going to encourage you to make them coins. Because I need to be somewhere trying to make me some extra ones. I'm going to make me some coins tomorrow, though. But, I just, for some reason, y'all, I've been craving the craziest thing. And it's because I ain't had it in a long time. But when y'all was little, did y'all ever eat neck bones and rice? I mean, neck bones and potatoes. Like, I got some ice cream now. But, ooh. Yeah. Neck bones and potatoes. I know everybody don't eat that, but y'all know I'm from Alabama, right? When my grandmama would take bell pepper, onion, celery, she would take not the smoked, not neck bones. Yeah, neck bones. She wouldn't take the smoked ones. She would take the raw ones. She would clean them real good, and she would boil them. Oh, I ain't never heard of that. Neckline spaghetti. Ain't nothing wrong with a little neck bone. I tell the pig is. Okay, so I've been thinking about that. You know, and she would boil it together in the pot, honey, and it'd be so good. Neck bones. And it'd be so good, y'all. She would get like a big pot. She had this big pot, and she would boil it. And we would just eat the hell out of it. And she makes some of that white. Hey, honey. How you doing? Hello. That's what's neck bone. Yes, that too, honey. But she would cook it and we would eat it. Yes, into the rice, honey. So you know what I'm talking about. That is what I've been thinking about. But y'all, I'm afraid to cook it because I know me. I'm doing fine. No big foot. You sick? My mom used to come. Oh. Well, see, you got to be careful if somebody don't clean it right, honey. You got to be careful. Now, I don't eat chitlins. I don't eat chitlins and hog mugs. I don't eat pig feet. I just don't. I don't know why, but I don't. I think the smell of the chitlins Even when they clean the right way, I just can't. But a neck bone or a ham hole, honey, or oxtail or pigtail. But that's what I've been wanting, y'all. And I know that's so country, but I'm just afraid that I'm gonna eat the whole pot. I was telling my husband that, and he was like, "That sound good." Y'all know he real country. He from North Carolina, like the backwoods. You love chillings, don't like the hallmarks. I just don't do chillings and hallmarks. The last time I ate pig feet, I was a little girl before my mama died. That was the last time. Barbecue neck bones? Now that sound good, honey. That do sound good. See, that'll make me fight somebody. They stick their hand over my plate. We not gonna do that. Yeah, you have to. My grandmama used to make. Brains, like lamb brains or barbecue pig feet, yummy. I ain't never had barbecue pig feet. Honey, oh pigs. Oh, I ain't never had that cow brain. I ain't never had that. Now I have had lamb brains when I was in Dublin, Ireland. It looked like eggs. And they eat it with toast. It was okay, but it wasn't for me. I'm not that kind of girl. But y'all know I will fuck up some hog head cheese. Give you mad cow disease. Enough said. I don't want to try it. You say I can do barbecue pig right now. I ain't never tried that. Maybe that could give me a ticket. Honey, I like anything barbecue sauce on it. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yo. On the route to the Sudan. Could catch it. Oh, Lord. That's what my granddad used to say. Hot, please. So I'm not the only person who, like, some people call it sow's meat, some people call it hog head cheese. Honey, you give me some hog head cheese and some of them saltine crackers. I'll be your best friend. You can't eat that every day now. That'll kill you. To give you high blood pressure. Clog your arteries. But that's some good shit. Hog head cheese. Y'all know I'm country. I'm bougie country. I'm bougie country, honey. But I love hog head cheese. But I ain't had it in years. I haven't. Now y'all gonna have me going home to Mobile, trying to hit the block, go to the corner store, looking for hog head cheese. Cause like we got a corner store where they sell like garlic bologna, hog head cheese. Yes, that's the best sounds. Sounds me. Them saltine crackers, honey. If y'all from the hood, y'all know some of the old corner stores, like they have like little delis, hot sausage. Honey, which kind you like? Cause I like the Hall's hot sausage. Now that's something they sell in Mobile and down in Alabama. I don't know if they sell it everywhere else, but I don't do the Ziegler's, but I do the Hall's hot sausage. Y'all get y'all hands on some of them Hall's red hot sausages. Them shits is so good. Child. When my grandma was being lazy, which was rarely, but barely, she would take the sausages and she would split them and fry them, and then get some white bread and put some mustard on them and give them to us. That thing used to be so good with a big cup of sweet tea and some plain Lay's potato chips. You couldn't tell us nothing sitting on the front porch eating out our goofy hot dog. That was good. That was really good. That was excellent. Because we used to be tearing them sausages up with a little bit of mustard. She'd fry them. So good. If I ate like that right now, y'all, I'd probably be on the floor. We ate good. Cherry would feed us. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't think I ever told y'all this. So, okay, when we was little one time, my grandma used to pop us popcorn. Homemade fries. Girl, them homemade fries be good, don't it? A little salt and pepper, some ketchup. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. Cherry Lee always made sweet tea. She would make lemonade sometimes, but she usually made sweet tea. Um, what she used to do. My grandma was very southern. She was very southern, classy, dainty lady, but she would beat the hell out of you in one hand and pray for you. She was really sweet and she loved her family. But she was very, very creative when it came to food. What it was, one day we wanted popcorn. And my grandmama didn't have no popcorn oil. She had seeds, but she didn't have no oil. Y'all, that lady went in the kitchen, went into the ice box. Y'all know I'm country because they used to call the refrigerator. She just called the ice box. When she went into her ice box, play on the radio. But she would go into her ice box. Go get it. Go get me that water out the ice box. She going to, cause she never called it the refrigerator. But y'all, she went into that damn thing one day, and got some fatback. And we wanted popcorn, but we had popcorn, but we had the kernels, but we didn't have the oil. So she took the fatback, honey, and fried it, and got the grease off the fatback. When she got all the grease that she could get off the fatback, she threw them damn popcorn kernels in that pot, put the lid on it, and popped the popcorn in fatback grease. Y'all, them damn popcorn was so good. And if y'all know what fatback is. It's salty. It's fat meat. You cook your greens with it. And it's real greasy. Y'all, it's just a thick piece of like skin. But y'all, listen. Them was some of the best damn popcorn I had in my life. Popcorn in the can, and she, the kernels, she popped them in the grease from the fatback. Them popcorn was good. Them was some of the best damn popcorn. I still remember that. Oh yes, we must be related. What you saying? Yes, honey, the coffee can with the grease, and then that big ass can of Crisco. My grandmama had bacon grease. She had Crisco in the can. You know how they had Crisco, and then when they get through with it and it cool down, they pour it back in the can. But the clean grease will be put up, but they will pour the used grease in there. And then she had one for the fish. Crackling bread. Yes, honey. Crackling bread was the bomb. We ate a lot of crackling bread, honey. Y'all want to see a video on crackling cornbread? Because I can make it, honey. Old-fashioned way. A lady we called the pork chop lady. She was home. She was like the candy lady who cooked pork chops on demand. Fried to perfection. Oh my God. All y'all making me hungry. Hello, I still do. Please do it. Clean the fish grease with that. Yes, honey. That fish container, she had one for her bacon, one for her fried, like the lard that she had already, her Crisco. Then her good can that was still white and solid was under the cabinet. And then she would use lard too. See, my grandmama wasn't too good for lard, honey. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little thing of lard for when I make my biscuits. But honey, she pour that bacon grease in the skillet. Let me tell you, honey, get your life. You got all my recipes on the laptop. Ooh, thanks, honey. Oh, I feel so special. a pork chop sandwich? Girl, she's still alive. Where's she at? You want me to do a crackling bread video? Give me a couple weeks. We're going down. I gotta go to my spot down in Mobile and get some, because I don't know about these people around here. But yes, I'm gonna get some crackling. Hopefully I don't eat them all before I get back home to make the cornbread. We're gonna make some crackling cornbread. We're gonna make some crackling cornbread, y'all. Y'all wanna see it? I'm gonna do it. Oh man. A pork chop on demand, girl. I would have been walking around that corner like a crackhead trying to get that damn pork chop sandwich. Honey. I'm laughing. We ran out of lotion. So I ain't the only person that happened to, huh? Like, girl, let me tell you. We had that happen one Sunday morning. My grandma had all this over there, and all this had our little legs out, and we was putting on our little fluffy socks. Y'all know them patent leather shoes, and we ran out of lotion. And my grandma rubbed us down. We were so damn greasy. Oh, she used to be mad because y'all was too full from eating the pork chops. Girl, I'd be mad too. But she rubbed that Lord on us, and y'all know back in the day, the sofa in the living room, when you get dressed, they tell you go sit down and don't do nothing. Just sit there, because they can press your hair out. They don't want your edges to roll up, so you got to be still. Sunday morning, you can't do nothing but just sit on the sofa and wait. My grandmama greased us up with that damn Lord, y'all. Y'all know how they used to have that plastic cover over the furniture in the living room, in the nice living room that only company sit on. Child, we was sliding off that damn sofa like slip and slide. Oh yeah, y'all real country. I almost slid off the pew at church. If y'all was making y'all real not see, people don't realize that's some good soap, honey. Y'all still making and selling. Y'all need to get y'all some lemon oil and some other stuff and make that soap and sell it, honey, because that is a new market for that. Didn't they kill you with that plastic on them sofas? It be hot as hell. I miss them days. Them was the days. The kids of this generation will never know the struggle at all of the plastic on the sofa, honey. It sure was, honey, for cooking and the skin moisturize. It'll sure moisturize you, honey. And my grandmama used to mix stuff up and put a little Lord in there, and she used to call it sap. She put she had like aloe plant. She put like aloe, that Lord, what else in there? Some other stuff, and she would make a sap for like if we got a scratch or something. Honey, I ain't had no bruises on me. That plastic runner. I was just gonna say something about that. That if you step off it. My grandmama had a plastic runner from the front. Like her house was set up. And let me see. It was glued to the front. She was about that life, honey. That's how hard she was gonna protect that furniture. I know y'all cracked up, honey. Let me tell you, we had a runner from the front room to the dining room, what we call the blue room, where everybody would kind of hang out. Oh my dude, I'm telling y'all. Them was the good old days. Mm. Yes. Kids don't understand. Mm. We live, when I live with my grandparents, they don't believe it works, but it do, because it's animal fat. And we are animals. Believe it or not, it actually works. And it's some good ass chicken. But I'm going to tell y'all something too, and don't y'all tell nobody. But listen. Stay on the path. Yes, because they would cuss you out if you stepped on that carpet with your shoes on and off that runner, honey. That was a no-no. Your life would be on the line. It's like walking the tightrope trying to get from room to the next. Honey, yeah, they still sell it. They still sell lard, believe it or not. But I'm going to tell y'all, at least once or twice a year, I fry me some damn chicken and lard. So do. Yes, Jesus will come. It's like pointing the Red Sea. You better stay in the middle, honey, or you gonna drown. Cause that runner wasn't no joke. And when if you try to pick it up to move it, it goes off the carpet. Oh Lord, I wasn't the only one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, honey. That runner wasn't no joke. They was into protecting things back in the day. What else? Yeah, but seriously though, at least once, twice a year, y'all, I fry chicken and lard. Easter, I fry my chicken and lard. If I fry chicken on Easter, I use lard. Girl, that makes some. Now, I do use it for my biscuits. I use lard for my biscuits, or I use Crisco. But usually, like, if I'm really trying to get some good biscuits, I use lard, honey. It come in that little white and green container. Honey, they getting, a lot of people are going back to using lard and Crisco because they're starting to realize they're good fats. They're animal fats. You know, your body can break it down. No, you're not supposed to eat a lot of it, but your body can actually break it down. What people need to stop buying and eating is margarine. That's not a natural fat. It's chemically altered and it will kill you. And it's a proven study. People between in the 80s and the 90s who switched to margarine because they was told that it was healthy for them, they had a crisis. That's why you see all these hospitals with these heart units, or what they heart units that came in the late 90s and 2000. All these cardiac units, because people were eating so much of the margarine until it was clogging their arteries and it was killing them. Oh yeah, that butter Crisco ain't no joke, honey. You know what? We was talking about that in the hospital the other day. My cousin said she ran out of vegetable oil and she baked too. And she had some butter Crisco in her pantry. So she melted it down and fried some pork chops for her and her daughter. And she said they were so damn good. I bet it was though. But she that's what she said. I am not playing. That's what she said she did the other day. Butter. But yeah. It is hard to find a big cast, but a lot of places are they're starting to recommend it again. And what people don't realize, like, what y'all think they use in restaurants? Some of them are still using lard. And Crisco. Them big blocks, they come in like this, big blue ones. And they just drop them down in the fryers. Honey, I'm telling you, you can get some crispy, crunchy ass chicken with some lard. I mean, the best chicken of your life, honey. I wish I could lie to you and tell you it wasn't good, but it's so good. Or some catfish. Woo, you don't understand. Like Bernie Mac said, you don't understand. Yes, Jesus. Some fried catfish. Fried in some lard. Girl. You don't understand. Babe, you got to try it. That catfish be so damn crispy. It be fluffy and light. Mullet. Hell, yes, mullet too, honey. Oh, Lord Jesus. Y'all, let me tell you. That fish be so damn good. With some hot sauce and some white bread. Ooh, and some potato salad. You don't. I don't buy margarine either, honey, because it's not good for you. Some people still buy it because it's cheap. Margarine used to be higher than butter, but it was killing us. I was telling my baby sister that the other night. At her house, she got a freezer full of margarine. I'm like, girl, you trying to die? She's talking about it's the same thing. I said, no, it's not. Swallow lately. That's a good fish too. A dab of mustard and ketchup. You must be from the country, honey. On your catfish sandwich. Honey, that's a country thing. And don't it be good? Don't it be good, honey? I'm going to tell y'all, when my granddaddy, he sat in a chair. He had his chair. Yes, Lord, see? Now, my grandmama, right, he never got his plate. We always took him his plate. But, honey, he would take that ketchup and that mustard and slide it all over that damn fish. And get to eating. Oh, Lord, I miss Thomas. That was my baby, y'all. My granddaddy. He was a gentle giant. But he would eat the hell out of some catfish. Yes, honey. That fish be so good. The Lord. But yes, I'm going to do some crackling cornbread. How did y'all like the chocolate pound cake video? Fried fish, fried seafood. Yeah, that's how it was too. Especially around Lent. Now, my family's not Catholic, but around Lent on Friday, we still ate fish. Around Lent. We still ate fish most Fridays, though. We had seafood. Or they would go catch it. We would have blue shell crab, everything. Seafood. We had a lot of seafood growing up. Because y'all know I'm from Mobile. You know, you can walk down and get, well, you used to. They had a pier you used to go to. The cake looks good. Looks great. Y'all, that cake is so damn... That cake was delicious. That chocolate pound cake was delicious. And I can shake the toothless Wanda. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I got a can of salmon cake this canned salmon. I've been trying to do that video. I've been trying to do that video forever. I bought it like 2 weeks ago. That's gonna be the next video. Hands down, the salmon cake, the salmon patty is gonna be the next video. That's what I'm doing Thursday morning. Thursday morning, y'all gonna get that video on Saturday. The salmon cake. I got the can sitting on the counter and it's up on the board for recipes. So, yeah, that's I'm gonna do that. She gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna quit playing. You're a mind reader. I've been saying I was gonna get it done though. I only use canned fish for like when I do salmon patties. I don't really even I'm to the point now when if I do tuna salad, I just buy tuna and cook it and then make the salad. Now, if y'all want to know how to make fresh tuna salad, where you actually buy the tuna, cook it, season it, and then make the salad, then let me know. Fresh salmon. Okay. Yes, I like it better. Okay, well, we can do the fresh one. I was going to do the canned one because y'all know that's the old country way. Everybody do it. Because I don't buy fresh salmon to do salmon cakes. I always use the can because that's how my grandmama made it. And if her recipe ain't broke, honey, I ain't fixing it because I've had people. I had somebody fight over them salmon cakes. But, or mackerel. Sometimes I do mackerel. But I don't like mackerel because I feel like it's too strong and too oily. The yellow corn grits. Ooh, you is really country. I like that, honey. Yes. Them corn grits. I don't really do tuna in the can. And boiled eggs. Yes. I don't really do tuna in the can anymore. I usually just buy my tuna and then make my salad. Like bacon grilled salmon fillets. Yeah, I like my salmon. I broil it or sometimes I sear it in a skillet. But y'all know my tuna. Like, I did a video what I ate today. Y'all actually saw how I cooked my tuna. I sear it on the stove and then I pop it into the oven. I season it real good. I sear it on both sides and then I pop it into the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes. Because it doesn't take long to cook. And it'd be so good. And then I just put it over a bed of like lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes, yellow green bell peppers, mushroom. And I love tuna. I love fresh tuna. But I can show y'all how to cook the tuna and make fresh tuna salad. It tastes so much better. Like, it tastes so much better. Like, it tastes so much better. So much better. I had company up here then. Hold on, wait a minute. They switched out the tuna for cat food? Oh, well, hell, I would never buy no more tuna then either. Y'all remember back in the 90s? I'm finna mess some of y'all up. That's good. Shrimp. That's what I cooked them shrimp in, honey. Listen, do y'all remember back in the 90s when they had to shut the tuna fish down? I forgot which one it was, but I remember that because my granddaddy wouldn't buy no more tuna fish after that. My grandmama, we had tuna fish. She had to buy tuna and make the tuna fish. For the dolphin. Oh, hell no. See, they playing way too much. They had these plants. I guess they was letting rat droppings and everything get into the tuna can, and it was contaminated. It was in the 90s, honey. It was all over the news. I remember my grandmama and granddaddy talking about it. He's like, Shirley, don't you buy no more of that goddamn chicken of the sea. It was one of them. But they had, like, I have to look it up, but it was in the 90s. Like, the tuna fish was contaminated. After that, we didn't get tuna in a can no more. Ooh, child. No more, not in our house. No, Thomas was not going for it. You know, my granddaddy was a man of few words, but when he was serious about some shit, it wasn't going to happen no more. Not gonna happen. What was it? It was the chicken of the sea and starfish. Yeah, okay. I knew it. It wasn't just me. I remember that because my granddad was hot. He made her throw out all the canned tuna. Ooh, child. She was so damn mad. She said, "My God damn it," because she always called my granddaddy bro. She said, "God damn it, bro." Ooh, that lady could raise some hell. Shirley wasn't no joke, honey. She was no joke. She was not to be played with. Shame on Shirley. Your grandmama did the same. Your grandpa did the same. See? Okay, so I'm not crazy. It was, yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Grandparents, they wasn't no joke. I'm gonna take my steak and make an omelet tomorrow for breakfast. And then my shrimp, I got some more shrimp in there. I'm gonna probably make a little shrimp salad for lunch with the rest of my shrimp that's left over. But yeah, y'all. Julia May, honey, that sound like one of them grandmamas who would slap you across the back of your head. Slap you in your mouth for talking back. I'ma slap you in your mouth. Not I'ma slap your mouth. I'ma slap you in your mouth. Honey, my grandmama could beat your ass like nobody's business. She would love you. But if you got out of line, she'll slap your face. She'll hurry up and draw you back. She wasn't nobody to play with. Like we would be in church playing and talking. She'll look at us. Child, my grandmama caught me playing in church one time, y'all. She scared me so bad by the look on my face. What about RP? So she was like that life. What a oh my God. Ooh, yeah, them old sisters back in the day didn't play. Willie Mae from Birmingham, that sound like one of them beat your ass names. Cherry, Willie Mae, honey, Anna Mae, honey, they will whoop your ass. Ooh, they pimp hair was strong back in the day. Yeah, my grandmama looked at me and scared the hell out of me. I was acting up at church. She looked at me, scared me so bad I had to shit. She scared me so bad. I told my cousin, "Listen, I can't go to the bathroom." I think I was like 7. I went to the bathroom and I had the boo-boo. Like, when I came out of the bathroom, I was like 3 pounds lighter because she scared the shit out of me, literally. Honey. Literally. Shirley did not play. If you went to sleep in church or you got playing in church when we got home, you had to take a nap. You could not go outside and play. If you couldn't sit still and listen to the Lord's lesson, you had to go to sleep when you got home, honey. I can remember my cousin fell asleep in church one time, so when we got home, and love to go fishing, yes, honey. Them old ladies could fish too. They would get that fish, honey. Red high heel, red there. Yeah, okay, so I've heard it now. That's not too far from me, I don't think. Clayton, do I pass Clayton somewhere? I know I passed it. Y'all, I be all through these back roads in Alabama. Because you got to go through every back road to get to Mobile from here. And then I have family in Arville and in Selma, Birmingham, Montgomery. I got family everywhere. Chicago, Detroit, LA, New York, South Carolina. Bamboo pole and fishing line. Them some long poles, honey. Yes. Them bamboo poles, they was good. And then they were so big they couldn't fit in the trunk of the car, so they would put them in the car like sideways like this, and then roll the window down, and then roll the window up just enough to keep him from moving it down, and you'll see the bamboo poles out the window of the car. And fishing is, yep. That's how you did it back in the day, honey. And they could catch that damn fish. I don't feel so left out. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of time the kids of this generation, I feel bad for them. Like, I think the ones that came after 2000, after 2000, I think they missed it. Like, some of them had older grandparents who still did stuff like that. But I think, like, they missed it. They missed the best part about having grandparents. You know, they're never gonna know what it's like to have grandparents who actually got out and did stuff with you, who beat you up because they beat you up, but they loved you and they corrected you. They're never gonna know what it's like to play in the street, play double dutch on the sidewalk, you know, red light, green light. They're never gonna understand. Like, I had my nephew and my little cousin and them playing red light, green light, y'all, and they had so much fun, but they little asses was out of breath. I was like, y'all too young to be out of breath, but they don't play games like that, you know. But they had so much fun. It's just, you know, I'm doing all that with my kids. Like, my nephew, he was so excited. I got him the operations game for Christmas. And my cousin was like, you bought that boy that game? Don't nobody play them kind of games. My nephew loved that damn operation game. He really think he be operating, honey. But I got him board games for Christmas. That was, you know, one of the board games I got him. Because I feel like that's something that kids need to know how to do. You can't play a damn board game. You are lost, honey. And we used to play spades and blackjack on Saturday. We couldn't play cards on Sunday, though. You couldn't play cards on Sunday in our house, though. But I enjoyed my... Girl, yeah, you probably got all the good games then. Little Sally Walker walking down the street. Y'all remember that one? She didn't know what to do, so she jumped in front of me. She said, "Go on, girl, shake that thing." That was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, that was a good game. Spades, honey. Yes. Yeah, you gotta have a good partner when you're playing spades, honey. Y'all gotta run that. That two of spades can clean up some shit, huh? But, oh yeah, we used to play spades. We used to play tunk. Y'all, my sister just ain't gonna let me be. But, yeah, y'all, we had fun. You know, my childhood wasn't always the best, but I have some really good memories from my childhood. I got some really fucked up ones, too. A lot of those. But, honey, you know what? I think people don't live their life the way they supposed to these days. You know, I'm always honest with y'all. Y'all, I am so crazy. Okay, so recently, your girl been going back to therapy. I have no problem with talking about it. I'm very open about the things that go on in my life. But recently, I've been going back to therapy. And today I had a therapy appointment. And my therapist asked me, have I ever did anything that came to my mind? And she was like, and I was like, give me an idea. She said, in your head, have you ever thought about slapping somebody and did it? I looked around, I thought about it. I said, well, hell yeah. Hell yes. I've slapped people for less. Y'all, my therapist looked at me like, she said, well, can you tell me a story? I said, well, one night I was with my friends and my cousin, and we was drinking. And it was this chick. I'm glad you enjoyed the live chat. Have a good night, honey. And I was like, you know, me and my cousin, we was with a friend. We was all downtown. You know, I was visiting from North Carolina, and my cousin and her friend was like, I wish this bitch just shut up. I wish somebody would just slap the hell out of her. I just want to slap the hell out of her. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I just want to slap this bitch mouth closed. And y'all, I had been drinking. I had been drinking Hennessy on the rocks. Y'all know I like my stuff straight. And she said something smart to me. And I threw my drink in her face and I slapped her ass. I grabbed my purse, my keys, and my cell phone and walked out the damn club and went back to my hotel room and went to sleep. Yeah. My cousin them called me the next morning. They said, bitch, you are absolutely crazy. Only a fool would do what was really on their mind. I wanted to beat that girl up because she was just talking so much shit. She was just being loud. She was being rude. She was being nasty to the host. I mean, you know how to the bottle service, how they come around and they ask you if you want drinks. Didn't you just ask us if we want motherfucking drinks? I'm like, this is just rude. Like, you know, this girl is just trying to make sure we got keeping the drinks flowing. You know, if you can't afford the drink, bitch, just say you can't afford the drink, you know. Because I am sitting here enjoying my Hennessy on the rocks, and I think I need a refill, right? You get what I'm saying? And you are fucking up the mood, you know. You know. And I remember the song they was playing, Ludacris, Move, Bitch, Get Out the Way. Woo! Y'all, I told my therapist that, and I told her it was years ago. Perfect timing, yeah, you feel me? And she's like, well, you shouldn't drink anymore because it lowers your ambitions. I was like, really? I drink a lot. Child, honey. I have did some things I can't even talk about because I don't know if I could still be charged. I'm just gonna keep it real. And we all got that little something crazy we done did, honey. But I will not incriminate myself. That's me. Honey, let's just say, for instance, allegedly, okay, so let's just say you got a friend or somebody and they baby daddy and got a new car. He ain't paid no child support, and then when she asked him about it, when he come over to her house, he tell her he'll pay her when he get the money. But he is stubborn, meaning and spiteful. Hey girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. It'll keep you safe. So let's just say, for instance, he didn't pay child support for 6 months, but he got a new car. Cool. And he in the club stunting. Cool. So let's just say all his tires come up missing off his car. He got a car, but it's sitting on bricks. The car wasn't damaged. The rims was gone, though. The tires and the rims was gone. It was on bricks. Ooh, child. Yep. I'm that friend. I'm not into destroying people's property. However, you got the factory's time, brother. So figure that. You riding around with them factories on now, huh? Ooh. Yep. I'm that friend. Get them things in the car, honey, and drive them to one of them little towns. Find your little dope boy. Be like, I got some rims. She had enough money to pay her baby daycare for 3 weeks. Ooh, she was so scared. She's like, girl, we going to jail, allegedly. Woo. Yeah. That was me back in the day. Yeah. That was me. Y'all, I don't do stuff like that no more. I'm a changed woman. You know, I practice in my life, and I'm being serious. I practice peace, love, positivity, good energy, good vibes on a day-to-day basis. No matter what is going on, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to be kind to people, whether it's intentionally or not. My goal every day is to wake up and to treat people how I want to be treated. And to spread love. Because there's a lot of people out there who don't have love. And people take it for granted. You know, I practice it every day. You know what? There are some people who don't know how to accept love. They don't know how to accept it because they didn't receive it as children. So it's too good to be true. Some people look like they talk about their families and they talk about their parents like they had the best, but that's sometimes people are hiding what really went on in their family. And they never really felt love, so it's hard for them to accept it. And a lot of times they don't realize it until it's gone. You can't make somebody accept your love, just like you can't make somebody love you. It goes both ways. You have to have people who are willing to accept it and who are willing to receive it. That goes both ways in a relationship. And I think as women, sometimes we try to love people who don't know how to accept love or who don't love themselves. And we look at the potential of the person, of what they could be if they will open their eyes spiritually. But you have to learn to walk away and let go sometimes. And I've been in that situation before. You know, I'm loving this person and they not receiving my love and they're not giving me love. But you know that they're a good person. They show you good sides of them. But at some point you have to make a conscious decision to walk away, because you still got to love yourself first. And you're not loving yourself the right way if you're allowing somebody to hurt you or to mistreat you because they know you won't leave, because they know you love them, but they don't love you. You can't do that. You can't do that. Some people don't accept love. And at that point, it's not your job to fight with them, to make them accept the love. At that point, you need to cut your losses. That's how I feel about that. Because some people are incapable of giving love and accepting love until they have a life-changing, life-altering event, or until they just get tired to the point where they get tired of feeling lonely. Some people are like that, you know. As y'all know, I don't really talk about my dad. My dad is still alive, and he was mistreated by his mother. He doesn't really talk about it, but he was mistreated by his mother, and he was basically denied by his father. And his mother remarried, and it wasn't the best for him when she remarried. And he was really mistreated. My dad doesn't even really talk to his mom. He doesn't really have a relationship with his biological dad. And his stepdad is dead. And he doesn't know how to be a father. Not only that, my mom and dad were really young when they had me. My mom was 19. I think she just turned 19 when she had me. And she had my sister when she was about 18, turning 17. When her and my dad got together, he actually lied about his age. So when my mom and my sister had my dad was 15, turning 16. And 16 turning 17 when I came along. So they were really young. But my dad, he had an abusive personality. And it was because he had been abused. If you ask me, I feel like my dad was physically abused, emotionally abused. And I think he was also sexually abused. Because his attitude towards women and how he treat people is just, it's disgusting. I'll say that. Me and my stepmom don't really talk, but I can tell you this much. Despite the things that my dad has done to her, I feel like, and yes, he's my dad, but I'm going to speak the truth. I feel like my stepmom would have more peace. She would have more sanity. She would be more happy with herself and her life if she would leave my dad. I asked my stepmom all the time when we were talking, why are you still with him? Why won't you divorce him? Why are you still taking care of him? Why are you still allowing him to treat you that way? And she said, because I love him. And I said, I don't think he loved you. And she said, well, I took a vow before God. And I understand that. And I respect that. But she's scared to leave him and he won't leave her because she takes care of him. And I feel like the reason he stays is because she loves him and he doesn't have to love her. He knows she ain't going to go nowhere. And it's sad because when we were younger, yes, the relationship between my mom and my stepmom was not good because my mom and stepmom were friends. But my stepmom was abused a lot when she was a child, physically and sexually and emotionally. So I think the reason that her and my dad were able to latch on to each other is because they had that in common. And it's sad. It's sad. I'm 33. They got married when I was like 3 years old. They've been married for a long time. And it's sad. It is so sad. Because my stepmom is actually very beautiful. She's very beautiful. And when she's in a good place, she's a very kind and loving person. But my dad pushes her over the edge because she refuses to let go of somebody who doesn't love her. She thinks that if she loves him enough, it's enough love for her for both of them. That's how she feels. And it's not. It's not. It's so sad. Y'all, it's horrible. I've seen my stepdad hit my stepmama. One time, before I left North Carolina and went to South Carolina, they got into an argument. He hit her so fucking hard, it levitated her. Now, I give 2 fucks when it comes to a man hitting a woman. I pretty much lost it. And I beat his ass. I beat his ass so bad that they had to call the police to get me off of him. And a couple days later, he joked about it. He was like, I never had my ass whooped before. Well, actually, no. That was like the second time me and my dad got into a fight. I'll tell y'all about the second time in a second. But basically, I was beating him up. And she was like, don't hurt him. He's sorry. He didn't mean it. And I'm like, what the hell? You apologizing for him? He just mollywopped you 3 feet up off the floor. And he laughed about it. But I didn't find it funny because to him, he thought it was exciting that we was fighting like cats and dogs. I was like, This shit is not for me. You know, we done tore up the house with your body, and you think it's funny. And she crying. Like, she like an abused animal. You know, it's sad, y'all. Now, for the first fight me and my dad got into, I don't know if I should tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. And if y'all think I'm lying, when y'all meet my sister in Virginia, she'll tell y'all the truth. She'll tell y'all. Me and my daddy got in a fight at my mama's funeral. My daddy is so fucking disrespectful. I think the only woman my daddy ever loved was my mama. And that was just by chance. But after all the cheating and the fighting, she wouldn't take him back. And because she wouldn't take him back, he wouldn't help her with us financially. His intent, because she wouldn't be with him, was to make her struggle. And he did just that. My dad would get a job. He would quit his job. When child support would find out he got a job, he would quit his job. Or he would work under the table not to pay child support. My dad did that. So, he don't hardly ever come to Alabama. Because he still owe that child support. And they going to lock his ass up. Because he's so far behind on child support. And we're grown in the state of Alabama. If you don't pay your child support, that is an outstanding balance, honey. They gonna get their money one way or another. They will cap your Social Security on your ass if you're not disabled. Get that money. So he just wouldn't pay child support. He wouldn't do nothing for us. It was really bad. But to get at what happened to him at my mama's funeral, I just felt like he was so disrespectful, y'all. We was on the front row. My dad and my stepmom came to the funeral. And they was viewing the body. And they asked people if they wanted to come back up and see her body. This motherfucker leaned over in the casket and gave her a kiss on her left and her right cheek. He kissed her face. Now, I'm just thinking, 12 years of her life, you put her, 13, because my sister was 13, 13 years of her life, you knew this woman needed help. She was had emotional issues. You put her in positions to where she had to beg people for help for your kids. Or well, we would have to go out until she could make do. Or she would have to ask people to do stuff when she wasn't working. It was really hard. But she always found a way to make things work. But you gonna lean over in her casket and give her a kiss and tell her how sorry you are and how much you loved her. She dead now, bruh. But you being real disrespectful by kissing my mama. So when he came over to hug me, I windmilled his ass. And when he tried to run, I grabbed him by his tie and wrapped it around his damn neck and tried to choke him. He was gonna get in that casket with her that day as far as I'm concerned. It took my granddaddy, my uncle, and my aunt to pull me off his ass. Because I beat the hell out of him in the church at the funeral. Yeah. That's the first fight me and my dad got into. Like, I don't believe in mollywopping people, but my dad, that's why I'm in therapy again, too. My dad, he incites some kind of anger in me. And he doesn't want love. He doesn't know how to receive it. Not even from us. Not even from his kids. You know, my dad is so... He's so ass backward. He's like, when he died, he don't care what we do with his body. Just bury him butt naked face down so everybody in life can kiss his ass who's still alive. Because he don't have to deal with us no more. That's what he said. And he just, you know, some people don't deserve love. My dad is a prime example of somebody who cannot receive love. And who does not know how to love. And it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. And he's handsome. My dad is very handsome. And women love him. He loved women. Women love him. But he dogged them out. He dogged them out. It's sad. But he can't receive love. Some people are incapable of receiving love, like I said, until they have a life altering experience and they just can't function. Sounds like an uncle. Some people are like that. It's impossible. And they'll have you feeling like something is wrong with you. The moment you decide that you ain't gonna put up with their shit no more, or you done with the situation, well, you must not love me anyway, because if you really love me, then you wouldn't give up on me. So you just like everybody else. That's applause to get you to stay. Hell no, run. Put your Nikes on and run. 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 Because they trying to trap you. And they tend to be, yes, LOL, run, because that's just their way of guilting you into staying, because even though they're not able to receive love, the ideal of knowing somebody loves them, it fuels their ego. Yo, this bitch love me, and I can do whatever I want to do to her, and she ain't going nowhere because she love me. I got her ass. I ain't got no love for her. I'm telling y'all, that's how some people think. Men or women. Sounds like one of my exes. You got a lot of people out there like that. And I tell people all the time, when somebody is treating you like that, leave. Leave, leave, leave. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you do for them, no matter how much you give them, no matter how many sacrifices you make, it don't matter. You can stand out in the snow, in the rain, the cold, butt-ass naked, get frostbite, lose your toes, declare your love for them, they still gonna be like, I got another bitch who love me too. You ain't the only one. But he don't love neither one of y'all. So y'all both looking stupid. And you ain't got no damn toes and you got frostbite. And you did all that for what? That's what you're doing to yourself emotionally when you stay with somebody who can't receive love, who don't love you, and don't love their damn self. That's what I equate it to. It's impossible. You know. Some people like that. And it's not just men, it's women too. It's not just men, it's women out there too. Because they messed up. You know. And then, I'm just going to put this out there. You have a lot of people in the African American community. They frown upon going to therapy or going to see a psychologist, going to see a therapist. I see nothing wrong with it, because it helps me to keep my life in order. But if you've been in a relationship with somebody like that, you need to take yourself to therapy. For one, so they can give you the tools you need to not allow that person to manipulate you. Because it's manipulation. It's emotional abuse. They might not have to ever hit you, but they've abused you so much emotionally till you can't function in another relationship, or even with a friendship, because you don't know what people are trying to do to you. It messes with you mentally. And that's what most women suffer from. It's not the physical. You have some women who suffer from both. But most women, after a breakup from a conniving ass man, it's not for just white people. It's for black people too. And that's the problem in our community. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, it's nothing wrong with therapy. Honey, y'all got to know something wrong with me. Y'all see me. You know, I don't have a problem with going to therapy. I don't. It helps me to work through my issues. You know? Like, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to sit here and tell y'all I'm perfect. I have flaws like everybody else. Am I a happy person? 95% of the time, I'm very happy. And I'm very optimistic. And I'm very positive. But there's always that 5% of me that goes back to my childhood. Or a lot of things that I've been through. And that's what I'm trying to work through this round of therapy. Because, honey, I've been like 4 times. And I go as I need it. Sometimes I need a touch up. Sometimes I need a few months. You know, I was in therapy one time for 1.5 years. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's helped me to process things. And to learn to when to let go of people, things, objects. Um, and I think that's why a lot of people, when they get out of a bad relationship, whether it's in a relationship with a family member who's mistreated you, or a boyfriend, or a friend, somebody that you've been close to, where you have to break up the relationship, it's almost like a death. Oh yeah, I'm always gonna take care of me, honey. Especially because I feel like mental health is so important. Y'all know I'm always talking about soldiers and mental health and the holidays and stuff. Mental health is so important because even if you're physically healthy, if you're mentally unhealthy, it's gonna eventually spill over into the rest of your life. Mental health is so important. Once you have mental health under control, you can control and manipulate and move other things around in your life to what you need. Most people don't believe. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. You got to. And I tell them, I had to tell one of my friends, girl, you need to go to therapy. She was with this guy for 5 years. He was emotionally abusive. He never hit her. But when she really decided to leave him, he talked about her so bad to people. He had people in the streets thinking she was doing shit. Like he really, yeah. Your mind is, if you're mentally strong, everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place. Mental strength is the key to life. You can be strong as fuck on the outside. You can lift weights, you can run the fastest, but if this right here is not together, you're fucked. That's what he was doing. He was trying to control her to make her come back. He didn't want nobody else to want her. But about 3 months after the breakup, she did decide to go and talk to somebody because she was in college. You know, she was in her junior year. She was about to drop out of school. So you got some women who play mind games, but you got men who play a lot of mind games. But you definitely got some women who play mind games too. Cause I got a sister from my daddy. She is the worst, honey. Like she always end up getting stalked and niggas trying to kill her. Excuse my language, but they always trying to kill her. You know, cause she play with them. I got a sister like that. She do it all the time. And then she called the police. She do crazy shit to these men. And they be wanting to kill her. Like, she always in court getting restraining orders. Because she like to play with me and she think it's a game. And one time, she came close to getting choked out. I'm serious. She play these kind of games. But my daddy is her daddy too. And her mama is his wife. So, she she needs to talk to some. To me, I think my sister's a sociopath. I think my dad's a sociopath too. Seriously, she is super super manipulative. It is crazy how, you know, y'all. I'm not even playing y'all. It's sad, but anyway, y'all. My friend, she went to therapy. She was in therapy for a whole year. That girl started losing weight. She had long hair, y'all. She cut all her fucking hair off. She shaved all her hair off, y'all. She shaved all her hair off. Howdy from North Carolina. Hey, my friend, in 6 months into therapy, she shaved all her fucking hair off. She dropped about 60 pounds. Her body was sick, y'all. And you couldn't even tell who she was. Her grades improved. She ended up making the dean's list. Um, you know, she did really good after that relationship was over, and they had been together since high school. And she did so much better. You know, now you can even tell you can even tell by looking at her. That's a part of change for the better. Yes, it is. You can't even look at her and tell that she would have been through those type of things. However, that asshole is still out playing games with different women. And he got 3 baby mamas and they still be fighting each other. And he ain't with neither one of them. He go from house to house. He sleep in different beds all the time. And they constantly fighting each other over him. And one their kids going into like middle school now. And they still fighting. Matter of fact, his daughters, two of them are 3 days apart. But yeah, she got lucky. And the two little girls that he had that's 3 days apart, he got them while they was together. And I think that's what really broke her. She probably just need a new therapy, like you said. Sometimes to some people, and then you have to think too. Some people they have so much emotional damage that they might not tell you because they're ashamed of it. That her and her therapist might be working through it, but sometimes when people have a lot of issues, it's like peeling back an onion. It has many layers. If you peel too many back, you're gonna start to tear up. So it might be a process where they're peeling back slow layers so that the therapy will have a longer effect. Because the first time I was in therapy, I was in therapy for over almost 2 years, and the second time was about a year and a half, and then the third time was about 4 months. So it's different times for different people. Um, but yeah, people, it's that's why I tell people it's important to love yourself. If you don't love nothing or nobody else, love yourself. You know what? That's true. They want a woman who's not damaged, who's happy, who's normal, and they don't want to deal with this shit. But you know what? Karma's a bitch because they may get a woman who looks like she's not damaged, who may look perfect on the outside, who might have a good job, who might have it all together from the outside, but that bitch might be crazy as hell. Or, and that's what a therapist is. A therapist is not a life coach. They give you solutions. You talk to them. First of all, a therapist is someone to talk to that you don't feel judged. They may run into me. Take their ass for a ride then. Um, Therapists are not life coaches. If you need a therapist, you need a therapist. If you need a life coach, then you get your life coach. But I suggest you use a therapist first and then move on to a life coach. But a therapist is to help you cope with life. That's what they're designed to do. You tell them about your issues and they give you coping mechanisms. They teach you how. Yeah, she might need. But I mean, how intense is her therapy? Because there's different levels of therapy. And see, that's what people don't understand. You have therapists, and then you have psychiatrists. Now, if her problems are really bad, she might need to go see a psychiatrist because they can go more in depth with whatever she may be having going on. But some people, um, they need a lot more than most. I don't know how long I'm going to be in therapy this time. She may need meds. She might need a little happy pill. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me see what you were saying. Or get one person to handle everything. Well, sometimes, it... you know what? I'm never afraid to... Therapy is a process. And I don't rush the process because it's helping me. Um, and it's a lot easier to deal with the emotional things that I deal with on a day basis. And some people say, well, is it your marriage? No, it's not my marriage. It's not my marriage, y'all. It's moving back to Alabama. And I had pushed a lot of stuff to the back of my head and just out of my heart about the things that happened to me living here. Yes, sometimes you need it. Yeah, sometimes you need medication, especially after you have a significant loss like a mother, a father, or a child. Sometimes people just can't cope. You should ask those kind of questions. You have every right to ask those kind of questions. And if they start dodging around them, yeah, if they start dodging around them, or you meet their mama, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing my granddad told me. He said, if you meet a man and his manhood or masculinity shrinks when he around his mama, run, because his mama is gonna run y'all relationship. He ain't gonna have no damn backbone when it comes to his mama, but when it comes to you, he gonna want to boss you around and treat you a certain way because he doesn't get respect from his mama, and she's demasculating him. Yeah, everybody is raised different. Everybody is raised different. Everybody has different upbringings. But at the end of the day, most parents want their children to be, well, normal parents want their children to be well adjusted, to have some level of education. Does not necessarily mean college, but they want them to be good individuals. Um, if you got a parent that some you know yeah, you got to know about their background, because morally some people just don't give a fuck how they raise their kids. They let them raise themselves. Yeah, you have to, because little boys can be demasculated so easily by their moms if their moms are having issues with their dads. Some women, and not just black women, but white women too, Hispanic women, some women mistreat their sons if they have an issue with the dad. And you have some mothers, you're true, you have some mothers who are jealous of their daughters. If their daughters are really beautiful, smart, or pretty, they mistreat them. I've seen that too. Um, or they'll be overbearing of that child, and they vicariously live through that child. If they make that child do things that they wanted to do because they weren't allowed to. I know a family where this lady, when I was living in North Carolina, she was overweight, but she didn't want her kids to be overweight. And I understand for health reasons. But she would restrict their food. She would make them exercise. They couldn't eat candy. They couldn't have chips. And they had to play two sports year round. And I'm not saying that anything wrong with that, but she would weigh her daughters. Like, her daughters had to be weighed. Every 3 days she would weigh them. And she wouldn't let them, even in high school, because she didn't have long hair, she wouldn't let them cut their hair, because she said she never had long hair and she just want them to be pretty. Like, it was weird to me. It's like she was living through them, and it didn't work out too well, because when that oldest daughter left, she didn't come back home from college, honey. She didn't come back for the holidays, and the other one ran off and got married to a military guy. I know someone who was treated so bad in every show she looked as a girlfriend. friends. That's true. Some women are like that. They mistreat one child because of how the daddy did them, and then they love on that other child, and they give that other child everything, and everything that that child do was perfect, and the other child, everything that they do is wrong. They can't do shit right, and I've seen that in my family. um, I've seen that, and they kick one child out, and the other child can stay at home as long as they can, and they loving and they're doting on them. But that's the one who always getting in trouble. That's the one who always getting arrested. That's the one who always getting shit. Yep. They always getting arrested. And the child that they mistreated be the child who go to school, who get a good education, who make something of themselves. It is. I can't speak on being a mother because I've never had any kids. I don't have any kids, and I know it has to be hard because I look at the things that my sister go through on a day-to-day basis. But at some point, you've got to know that your child you should not mistreat your child because of the daddy. And you have a lot of women who are like that. And the disrespect that they show the child is so bad. It's abuse, emotional and physical. And you have a lot of women who are like that sometimes. Especially if he left them and got married to another woman and started a family. And you do have that too. Parents get mad at the dad, and you look just like your fucking my mama told me that, like, you look just like your sorry ass daddy. And I used to be like, oh my god, come on, this shit again. Like, I didn't forget to pay your child support, you know. And she was sometimes even harder on my sister. And I'm just speaking honestly. My older sister got the brunt of it, you know, because my dad wouldn't do nothing. And my sister was crazy about my dad. What the fuck you crying for your dad for? He don't do shit for you. You know, and it would turn into a slap or a punch. I'm being honest. Well, it's a difference between getting spanked and abused. And sometimes people look like they turn out fine because you see how successful they are. But sometimes they don't. When they go home and they shut the door and they're by themselves, their thoughts get away with them. Some people, parents just didn't know how to. Do you have parents who just don't know how to discipline or spank their children because that's how they were taught? And then you have some parents who just won't do that because they know how they felt to have it done. But the reason I'm in therapy is because I was abused to the point where I can't, for years, I would jump out of my sleep. You couldn't touch me in my sleep because I would wake up. My heart would come out my chest because sometimes my mom would be manic and she would beat us out of our sleep. So when I travel or I stay somewhere or I'm somewhere unfamiliar, I can't go to sleep. I can't sleep. The fear is paralyzing. You do have some people like that in families, and this is what I'm going to tell y'all. When you see a child in your family being abused and you be like, oh, that child is misbehaving, you have to ask yourself, why is that child misbehaving? Why is that child fighting? Why is that child stealing? Why is that child lying? They probably like trying to lie they way out of an ass beating. or they're fighting because they have anger in them. That's not a sign. That's not a bad child. That's the sign of a child who's probably being abused physically and emotionally, and they're doing it at school. Like if a child is always cutting people off and yelling at them and being rude and shrewd, that's probably how they get treated at home. Um, and it can have serious effects down the line. It really can. You know, I was at my sister's house this weekend. I love my sister. I trust her with my life. But I could not sleep. It took me hours to fall asleep Sunday, even after everything happened with my aunt and I knew she was okay. I only got 3 hours of sleep, y'all, because it's here. I don't know. I'm asleep, but I'm still worried about what somebody can do to me in my sleep. I was sexually assaulted in my sleep by one of my aunt's husband. So I have sleep issues. You know, sometimes they be, girl, you done seen me up at 3 o'clock in the morning on here, 4 o'clock. I have sleep issues. Like, when my husband wakes me up, he has to gently wake me up, because if you startle me, I'll wake up in a panic. I'll wake up like in fight, flight, because we was beat out of our sleep a lot. You know, I had family members who were so emotionally abusive until the things they used to say to me was disgusting. I had one aunt who constantly called me a red bastard. She called me a red bastard, a fucker. She called me a red bastard and a fucker. She used to tell me I smelled like a wet dog and raw chicken. And I had one cousin who would tease me constantly, because I was developed at an early age. I had breasts in like the 6th grade. She would tease me. She would pull at my breast. For a long time, I felt like an alien in my own body, because she constantly teased me about my breasts. She would grab my breasts. She would pinch them. She would say that my breasts were big because I was letting boys suck on them. Y'all, I suffered a lot of abuse. You know, I can talk about it now, and I'm not ashamed of it, because I know that it's not my fault. Everything that happened to me in my childhood, it took me years to realize that it's not my fault. And I shouldn't be ashamed of it. And I shouldn't let people make me ashamed of it. And that took years, honey. It took years, because I was so ashamed of the emotional abuse, the physical abuse, the sexual abuse. That was horrendous for me to have to tell somebody. Like, the idea of even talking about it would give me anxiety, you know. And then I was accused a lot of being sexual when I wasn't, because of my breasts or how thick my thighs was, because I had stretch marks. The level of abuse was staggering. You know, I had one therapist ask me, how did I not kill anybody in my family? Because he was so shocked. I did ever abuse my children. You know, children are just like that. You know, if your child would have talked to a therapist or social worker, they would have been able to know that she wasn't being abused. But some kids, they just have active imaginations. Some kids have active imaginations, you know. My little sister, she had Sita. My little sister had an imaginary friend named Sita, and my mom was really abusive. So what my sister would do is she would whack my mama with something and say, "Oh, mama, I didn't do that. Sita did it." Sita was her imaginary friend, but it was her way of acting out. We didn't realize it at the time. It was because of the abuse. So Sita would do stuff to people, and the key it would really be her, but she would say it was Sita. That's that's because of the abuse. But children like to get naked anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if a kid stripped their doll down. I've seen the things that children do to dolls, and it doesn't mean that they're being abused. Now, if your child is doing something to animals, you need to be afraid. But a baby doll, that's okay. But if they beating up the cats and the dogs, you need to take little Billy to see a psychiatrist because it's people next. And then you have some kids are just mentally ill. That's de facto. Some kids suffer from schizophrenia and bipolar, but they cannot be declared until they're a certain age to have any of those medical issues. Because that's what was wrong with my older sister. She was too young and they wouldn't declare anything. So, they can't treat it. And some kids show signs really early. And it was really hard because my mom was dealing with a mental illness and my sister was dealing with a mental illness. And my mom was trying to normalize it a little bit, and it actually did more damage. So, it's a lot of it's a lot. It's a lot. And coming back to Alabama and dealing with my family, it has just, I had to go back to therapy, y'all. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that, I'm in therapy again. Because at some point, I do want to have children. And I want to provide them with the best environment mentally, emotionally, financially. I want them to have a stable environment. I know there's no handbook to be a parent, but I think some people really need to look at themselves before they start family planning and see if they need to go in and talk to somebody, because you don't realize until you have children or until you're around children, like the emotional things that'll come up. Like, to me, when I see somebody yelling at my nephew, yo, I get mad ass crazy. Like, my cousin was teasing my nephew a couple months ago. Yes, I want to give my children the best of me. That's my goal. And I'm not going to have children until I feel like I can give them the very best. And I feel like I'm getting there, But that's my personal choice. But yeah, you ought to want to be the best you can be for your kids. You're right. And sometimes people have kids and it changed them for the better. Some people have kids and it changed them for the worse. I don't want to be that person that changed for the worse. But, it's been a journey. I'll say that. It's been a journey. Moving back to Alabama. Y'all, this was the last place in the world I thought I'd ever move back to. And doing YouTube, living in the deep south again, readjusting to life, trying to build something from the ground up. I realized that I could do it. I just needed some tweaks. I probably won't ever get over a lot of the abuse that I suffered because it was so severe. Even though some people in my family bear it different, they don't see it as that way. I think that's just their way of shutting it out so they don't have to deal with it. But I probably won't ever get over it. But I've learned to deal with it and to cope with it where it doesn't affect my daily life. And sometimes that is all you can do, but therapy will help you to deal with it to where it doesn't tear you down. Well, you should want every parent should want better for their child than what they have for themselves. Some people, unfortunately, are not like that. They figure like if it was good enough for me, it's good enough for you. Look how I turned out. But then people have to realize it was a different time, it was a different age, it was a different era, you know. So you can give your children the same values, but parenting also has to grow with the times. But you need to give them, if you grew up with good values, give your kids those values. If you didn't go with good values, learn good values and give them to your kids. um, and it's simple, you know. Love on your kids. I believe that children need lots of love. They need lots of hugs. They need lots of caring. They need to be reassured. They need you to be on their level. When I talk to little kids, I never hover over them because, for one, I feel like that's intimidating to them. I always get eye level with little children. I don't care who it is. Yeah, it's changing with the times. Um, but I believe children, they understand a lot more than what people give them credit for. Because I understood a lot more than people were telling me when I was a child, you know. And I always get eye level with little kids, you know. I get eye level with them, and then I try to comfort them as I'm talking to them and giving them instructions. And, sometimes I can get my nephew to do things that my sister be like, why won't he do that when I do? Because I'm like, you need to get eye level with him and become personable with him. Like we were in the hospital Saturday, and my nephew was running around, and there was other kids running around, but I wasn't having that at that moment. He needed to sit down and relax for a minute, and the other little kids did too. So I politely called Cameron over. Y'all know Cameron is my baby. He's full of energy. And I said, son, I love you. And I don't want to have to spank you or fuss at you. So I'm going to ask you nicely to go sit on your caboose. Voluntarily or involuntarily. Cameron grabbed his tablet, y'all, and went and sat down. And my cousin was like, well, whatever you said to him, you need to say that to my kids. I was like, I don't know your kids like that. I don't know your kids like that. But Cameron understood. And I didn't have to spank him or tell him twice. He understood that I wasn't playing with him. But I find when I'm dealing with kids, I don't do anything to a kid that I wouldn't want somebody to do to me when I was a kid. And I tell people, when when you're dealing with kids, not just your kids, but kids in general, think about how you used to feel when you was little and people would do stuff to you. Think about it. Think about how you would feel when people would do stuff to you, when they would embarrass you or make you feel small or unimportant. Think about that when you're dealing with children, and then apply it, and don't do the same damn thing. Because you don't want nobody doing it to you. That's how I feel about that, y'all. That's how I feel about that, y'all. But yeah, just take that and apply that to life. If you don't want somebody doing something to you like that, then why would you do it to them? That's basic life. Treat people the way you want to be treated. But all right, y'all. So I actually have to go. I don't know what time it is, but I gotta do 2 sheet cakes in the oven. I gotta mix them up and get them ready. I've done my cupcakes already, and I gotta whip up my icing. And I gotta dye some ice in different colors. And I guess tomorrow I'm gonna ice the cakes and fill them. But I'm doing a 2-layer sheet cake, half a sheet cake for the Boss program. So I need to get everything set up. I got my edible printer. I'm gonna be putting up a first impression and unboxing of that too. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. I gotta order some more papers and stuff. But I'm going to show you guys how to use the edible printer and talk about a little bit where I got it from and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I love y'all. Wrap my steak up, clean my kitchen, and get ready to make that cake. And then I'm gonna print out the things I need. Nice talking to you. You have a good night too, honey. And that's pretty much it. I wish I could have talked to y'all Sunday, but Sunday, life had me tore up Sunday. It's been an emotional week. That's why I came home and went to my therapist today. It's been an emotional week, y'all. But I made it through. But I gotta go. I love y'all. I'll be talking to y'all in a couple days. And I'll see y'all soon. We're back on schedule for Sunday dinner mukbang. Videos will be back on schedule Saturday. And I might even try to throw in an extra video this week or next week. Because I got to make it up to y'all. But, I love y'all. Have a good night. Y'all get some rest. You know. And wish me luck tomorrow. So, I'll see y'all later. Good night.